Hello, my dear students. In this lecture, we are going to see two numericals which were asked in GATE 2019. One is first question is asked for 2 marks, and second question we will see which was asked for 1 mark in set 1. Now let us understand the question. The question is the wall of constant diameter pipe of length 1 meter is heated uniformly with flux Q double dot by wrapping a heater coil around it. You can see here this wall of constant diameter and length is 1 meter. For this pipe length is 1 meter, 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 0.5. Total becomes 1 meter, right? And uniformly with a heat flux. Here heat flux is constant. It is written constant wall flux. Therefore, this heat flux Q double dot is constant here, right? It is constant. Now then, the flow at the inlet to the pipe is hydrodynamically fully developed. The fluid is incompressible and the flow is assumed to be laminar and steady all through the pipe. Now, my dear students, here the flow is laminar, right? And can I say it is a laminar flow with flow through pipe for constant wall flux, right? And my dear students, for laminar flow, for laminar flow through pipe with constant wall flux. Here they have mentioned constant wall flux, right? With constant wall flux, we know that the Nusselt number value is 4.36. That is, Nusselt number is constant. This empirical relation you must remember, right? Then the bulk temperature of fluid is equal to 0 degrees Celsius at the inlet and 50 degrees Celsius at the exit. Here the bulk temperature is at inlet 0 degrees Celsius, at exit 50 degrees Celsius. It is mentioned in the question. The wall temperatures are measured at 3 locations PQR as shown in figure. Now here PQR is a wall temperature. Therefore, I can say the temperature P is here, Q is here, and R is here. That is wall temperature, right? The flow thermally develops after some distance from the inlet. The following measures are made. Now here temperature at P is given, temperature at Q, and temperature at R. This is a wall temperature, right? Then among the location PQR, the flow is thermally developed at. Now at which location the flow is thermally developed, right? This is very important. Now my dear students, let us understand here. Let us say the bulk temperature at inlet is T1, which is 0 degrees Celsius. Let us say this temperature is T1, which is 0 degrees Celsius. Let us say the bulk temperature of fluid at location P, means inside. Let us say it is T2. Let us say it is T2. At Q, let us say it is T3. At R, let us say it is T4. And let us say the bulk temperature of fluid at exit is 50 degrees Celsius. Let us say it is T5. Therefore, T5 is 50 degrees Celsius. We have T1 is equal to 0 degrees Celsius and T5 is equal to 50 degrees Celsius. Again, temperature at P, that is surface temperature or wall temperature, is given 50. Temperature at Q is 80 and temperature at R is 90 degrees. It is a wall temperature, right? These temperatures are given wall temperatures, not T2, T3, T4. Now between TP and T2 there will be a convection as fluid is flowing. Between TQ and T3 there will be a convection, and between TR and T4 there will be a convection heat transfer, right? Now they are asking among the location PQR the flow is thermally developed at which location the flow is thermally developed. Now they have mentioned the laminar flow through pipe with constant heat flux. For laminar flow through pipe with constant heat flux, Nusselt number is 4.36, which is constant. Therefore, can I say here the Nusselt number is nothing but HL divided by K of fluid, right? And as Nusselt number is constant, therefore we can say the convective heat transfer coefficient is also constant. As here Nusselt number is constant, therefore the convective heat transfer coefficient H will be also constant, right? And my dear students, here the heat flux. Now heat transfer by convection. Heat transfer by convection is nothing but as per Newton's law of cooling. Heat transfer by convection is HA delta T. HA temperature difference. Temperature difference. Therefore, the heat flux Q by A will be the heat flux, which is nothing but heat flux is equal to EH into delta T, right? And my dear students, here they have mentioned constant wall flux, means this heat flux is also constant. Here it is constant. Now here, as q double dot is constant, h is constant, already we have seen. Therefore this temperature difference at each and every location must be constant, right? And this temperature difference in convection is nothing but wall temperature minus temperature of fluid, that is T infinity. This temperature difference is wall temperature, that is surface temperature, minus T infinity is nothing but a fluid temperature, right? Where this wall temperature is surface temperature and T infinity is fluid bulk temperature, right? That we know that. Now my dear students, here this temperature difference at each and every location must be constant for constant wall flux, right? So one parameter we got, or we understood, that the temperature difference between the wall and the fluid at each and every location is constant, right? Therefore let us write here this given condition. From this condition only, that is temperature difference, that is wall temperature minus T infinity, must be constant at each and every location. From this condition only we are going to see at which location the flow is thermally developed. Now my dear students, let us derive the expression for this heat flux q double dot. Now we know that here heat transfer q is nothing but q double dot heat flux into area, right? Because this heat flux is watt per meter square. Therefore if I multiply this heat flux with area, then I will get total heat transfer. And my dear students, here can I say this heat flux is acting on surface area, right? This heat flux, can you say here, acting on surface area? Therefore we have to consider here surface area. Therefore this heat transfer or heat flux will be equal to q divided by surface area. This will be the surface area, right? Very important. Now let us understand. Now my dear students, this q double dot is equal to, now if I consider this heat transfer between T1 and T5, what I am saying, I am considering this heat transfer between T1 and T5. As per thermodynamics, for this fluid, what is the heat transfer? It is mCpdt. Therefore this q will be from T1 to T5, it is mCp T5 minus T1, right? It is a T5 and T1 are fluid temperature, that is infinity, T infinity over here, right? Divided by area. Now my dear students, if I consider temperature difference between 1 to 5, I have to consider total area, that is pi dl, right? Pi d into el, right? This total area, and el is nothing but 1 meter. They have given el is 1 meter, right? Therefore here simply I can say this formula, I can say as mCp. Here this formula will be mCp delta t, mCp delta t divided by pi dl is equal to, if I consider mCp T5 minus T1, right? Temperature difference between 5 and 1. Between 5 and 1, total length is subjected for the heat flux. Therefore area will be pi d into total length is 1 meter, right? Length is 1 meter is equal to, if I consider temperature difference between 2 and 1, mCp T2 minus T1. If I consider only 2 to 1, 1 to 2, therefore mCp T2 minus T1 we have to write. Now between 2 to 1, what is the length? Can I say only length is 0.2 plus 0.2, this much length, right? Therefore here we have to write area is pi d into length is 0.4, definitely 0.2 plus 0.2. Now if I write here is equal to mCp T3 minus T1. Now my dear students, from 3 to 1, from 1 to 3, the total length is 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2, that is 0.6. Therefore I have to write here divided by pi d, length is 0.6, right? Similarly for this heat flux I will write mCp T4 minus T1, T4 minus T1, then the length is 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2 plus 0.2, that is 0.8, right? So for this heat flux, let us write here. Now my dear students, as space is not remaining, here I am going to write, therefore this heat flux will become, right, q double dot is equal to mCp, if I write T4 minus T1, between T4 and T1, pi d, length is 0.8, right? Let us equate all these equations, right? Let us equate all these equations, right? And my dear students, let us find T2, T3, T4, because in these equations T2, T3, T4 are unknown. Now let us equate them. Now in these expressions, mCp, divided by pi d, mCp divided by pi d will get cancelled from all sides. Therefore, the equation will become T4 minus T1 divided by 0.8 is equal to T5 minus T1 divided by 1 is equal to T2 minus T1 divided by 0.4 is equal to T3 minus T1 divided by 0.6. Right, this will be our resulting equation. Now, my dear students, let us put the values. T1 is 0 degree Celsius, T5 is 50 degree Celsius. Let us find other values. Therefore, T4 minus 0 divided by 0.8 is equal to T5 is 50 minus 0 divided by 1 is equal to T2 minus 0 divided by 0.4 is equal to T3 minus 0 divided by 0.6. Right. Now, by equating these equations, let us find T2. I will get T2 is equal to, let us find T2. T2 will be 20 degrees Celsius. Let us find T3. I will get 30 degrees Celsius. Let us find T4. Right. And if I find T4, I will get 40 degrees Celsius. Right. These will be the fluid temperatures. These are T infinity. Right. T infinity at 2, 3, and 4. Right. These are called fluid temperatures, fluid bulk temperatures. Right. Now here we have seen for constant heat flux, the wall temperature minus fluid temperature must be constant. Just now we have derived this expression, right? Now let us observe at P, Q, and R. Now let us find this temperature difference, that is wall temperature difference minus fluid temperature difference, del T, here del T at location P, at location P. Now at location P, temperature is Tp minus T2 at location P. The fluid difference, can I say here, the convection is over here from Tp, here temperature is Tp, here temperature is Tq, and here temperature is Tr, which are given in the question. Right here there is a convection, there is a convection, there is a convection between them. Now temperature difference between at P, between wall and fluid, will be Tp minus T2. And my dear students, Tp is given 50 degrees Celsius, therefore it is equal to 50 minus T2 is nothing but 20 is equal to 30 degrees Celsius. Right. Again, temperature difference at Q is equal to, here temperature difference at Q, dt at Q. Now it is temperature at Q minus T3. At Q, the temperature difference will be Tq minus T3. Now Tq is 80, T3 is 30. Therefore 80 minus 30. Therefore temperature difference at Q will be equal to 50 degrees Celsius. Similarly, the temperature difference at R. The temperature difference at R is Tr minus T4. Tr is 90 is equal to Tr minus T4, which is equal to 90 minus 40 is equal to 50 degrees Celsius. Right. Now, my dear students, can I check here? The temperature difference at P is 30 degrees Celsius. Temperature difference at Q is 50 degrees Celsius. And temperature difference at R is 50 degrees Celsius. Therefore, here I can say the temperature difference at Q is equal to temperature difference at R. Right. And this is not equal to temperature difference at P. Therefore, my dear students, the flow is thermally developed at Q and R only, and the flow is not thermally developed at P. Right. Therefore, here answer is Q and R only. Therefore, here your answer is option D. Now, again in the same paper, they have asked one more question on the convection topic, which was for 1 mark. Now, my dear students, the question is for hydrodynamically and thermally fully developed laminar flow through a circular pipe of constant cross section. Now here they have given it's a fully developed laminar flow through pipe. Right, it is a fully developed laminar flow through pipe. Right. Then the question is the Nusselt number at constant wall heat flux NUQ and that of constant wall temperature NUT are related as. Now, my dear students, we know that for fully developed laminar flow through pipe, the Nusselt number, this Nusselt number is always constant, right? And my dear students, for constant heat flux, this Nusselt number at constant heat flux is 4.36. This constant always we have to remember. And this Nusselt number at constant wall temperature is equal to 3.66, right? These values generally we remember for the competitive exams, and in theory lectures also I have explained this. Always you have to remember this, right? Therefore, let us check the value. Can I say the Nusselt number at constant wall flux is greater than the Nusselt number at constant wall temperature, right? Therefore, here we can say the NUQ is more than NUT. Therefore, my dear students, for this question, option D will be the correct choice. Thank you, dear students. In next lecture, we will see one more numerical on this topic, which was asked in previous year GATE examination.